Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back on this glorious farm day. Look at the sky. It's just so beautiful here on our Farming Sim 15 on the Xbox One. So we got our shiny new tractor here. Look at it. Ain't it so nice? All right. So I got a couple things to go over with you guys. So as you recall, last episode, we were trying to sell a few things so that we could get this last little tractor. So we'd have it ready for the silage when it was done. So, what I went ahead and did is, excuse me, it's damn cold. Just will not let go of me. So, what I did is I came in, like I said, I was going to do some more mowing and fill up another one of those silage bins, which I did. So, I came in and I mowed for a couple hours and I got it all taken care of. But I also took, since we had this tractor and we had the loader now, I went ahead and I loaded up the rest of the wood chips and I sold those. I sold the sweet potatoes that we didn't get around to selling. I got those sold. And then if we actually look at it, all of our stuff is sold. So I went ahead and I sold everything I possibly could. The reason I did that was if we come over here to the bank, I'll jump in here. I went ahead and I paid back some of the bank loans. So we got $30,000 setting in the bank that we can borrow. And my thinking of this was I wanted to get as much going back into there as possible. Excuse me. Sorry about that cough, guys. So I also since I was over here and I was online, like I said I was going to do, and do some of that stuff. As you can see, you can start to see all the little saplings. Look at all the little saplings. So I just planted just a ton of saplings down through here. Okay. So what's going to end up happening is these are going to grow, but we're going to continue to lay rows of these across here. So this whole little thing of grass here is going to be full of saplings for us. So the other thing I wanted to do is, let's go ahead and jump into this tractor. So what I want to do now is while I was on here, the plowing got done. I let the tractor go ahead and do his thing. Old Fred, he was out there wanting to do some work. So I said, sure, Fred, why don't you finish plowing that field? So we got ourselves in here. I believe we've got to select canola. So as you can see, when you're in here and you push your RB and you push your Y button, it flips through all the different seeds that you want. And we want canola. And I know that that's canola. So I go ahead and I push RB. This will go ahead and fill us up. And then we'll get this guy sowing this field over here. How about that? So first things first, we're going to get him out here. Get him getting this field planted because we need to get this planted. Sorry, guys, man. This cold has just been killing me for recording. I wish I could just take a month off and get better so I didn't have to deal with this, but it is what it is. I want to make sure I get content out for you guys every day. All right, so what we'll do is we'll set him up here. Yeah, boy, get him all set up, lined up good. All right, Fred, field is yours. Okay, so while he plants all this canola, we're going to jump into this bad boy and we're going to go do something here real quick. While he's planting, I'm going to earn us a couple extra quick dollars. Now that we got this bucket and this tractor, this will be fairly easy for us to do. Over where we're planting trees, there's a couple lone wolf trees that I'd like to get taken care of because I don't want them there. Wow, this thing is awful sluggish. I don't remember this thing being so sluggish going up this hill. Nothing in the bucket. Huh. God, this thing seems way sluggish. I thought this thing was a lot faster when I drove it up here before. Oh well. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here. There's a couple trees. We're going to saw them down. We're going to push them into the lumber yard. And we're going to get a couple dollars off of them. And then we can start working on the silage. And what I'm going to do here, excuse me, is I'm going to show you what we did with the silage. We got, like I said, I mowed one whole silage bin up. We can see that it's blanketed right now and it's fermenting. So we did the same thing as we did the first one. We mowed all the grass. You can see it's starting to grow back there a little bit. Um, we mowed all that grass and filled up another whole silo bin. So now what we have is we got 2 silos 10% full. Now, when this one gets done fermenting and it reaches its maturity, it's going to look like this one right here. Now this we're going to come back to in a second, because this is where we're going to take and we're going to dump this into there, and we're going to get ourselves some moolah, baby. But I'm going to do a little bit of it off camera because it takes a long time. So what I'm going to do with the magic of editing is I'm going to show you how it kind of nets some profit. I'm going to show a couple buckets fulls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to dig out that whole bin and try to get us a good and fair amount of cash. And then we'll come back to it. But for now, since we got this tractor handy and I'm thinking of it, I'd like to clear out a couple of these trees down here, because the Scorpion King, when we purchase it, it will not harvest these trees here. It'll harvest the regular trees, but it won't harvest these trees. And these are the trees that we need gone. There's a couple things that we got to do here. We got to, let's go like this. Let's grab our chainsaw. I want to haul this bad boy this way. So, So we're just going to go like this. And we're going to let that bad boy fall over just like that. Boom. And then what we'll do is we'll run down to this tree here. And we'll fall. I want to fall it more like this. There we go. We'll fall that bad boy like that. Let's jump into this bad boy. Now all we have to do, since we have a bucket that we can actually push these things along better than we can with the tractor that we had over there, we can just take these bad boys and push them right in there for some money. So what we'll do is we'll just give that a little shot like this. We'll take this and we can just roll this bad boy right in there. And boom, there's 3 grand. All right, so let's grab this other one. We'll have to buy a stump grinder and come back and grind these stumps down. But that's all in due time. Right now I'd like to just get these few trees in there. Get a few extra dollars in our pocket. Whoop. Pick it up just a little bit. There we go. So you can see how much easier this is because we can just roll these trees. Now the other trees that I got there aren't quite as easy. Like that one there. I'd like to maybe take that one down there that's in front of the tractor. I want to get out of the way. Let's turn this tractor around here. This just gets us some quick cash, guys. That's all we're really doing here. Nothing too spectacular. Let's go like this. And ta-da! Boom. Okay, oops. Let's put that away. And let's get into our tractor. That's going to roll a little bit. It didn't quite fall quite as nice as I would have liked it, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to deal with this a little bit. There we go. We'll just roll it down here. Boom. Okay, let's lift that up a little bit. There we go. Now we'll just push this bad boy in there and get a little bit more extra coin. And just like that. Bling. So that'll work. So you can see how easy it is just to make a couple quick bucks. So once we get the Scorpion King over here and it doing its thing, it'll make it really easy for us to get some extra coin going in here. But I got those couple of trees out of there. I'd like to probably get this one too. But I'd like that stump to be out of the way because that stump could be a problem. So I'm gonna wait on that one right now. But I'm gonna run over and show you the silage really quick. and then that way I can stop the recording and kind of start doing this because literally I'll tell you what happened to my free play or my oh, no wonder I'm all over the place. I'm pushing forward like I'm playing World of Tanks and my tractor's all over the place. Um, so what ended up happening was on my casual world that I play on Farming Sim is this is how I first started off too. I got 10%, just like we did here. I filled it up 10%, and I went ahead and I scooped it out with this tractor. And it doesn't give us a lot of money, but I'll show you because what ends up happening. Let's look at the price of silage. Silage is at 16.14 a ton right now. Okay, and this bucket, I forget what it holds. Let's see. Let's make sure this is down. Cool. This thing can be glitchy like this. You got to be careful of this a little bit. There we go. Let's just go about there. There. So this holds 4,500. Okay. So let's see what a one bucket of this at $1,614 a ton, what this nets us here. Okay. Let's see. Let's dump this in here like such. And what do we get? We get $7,200 per bucket. So you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to be able to make some serious money. Now, excuse me. So what I did before when I did this in my casual world was I filled them up just like we're doing right now. I went and I cut some grass, got it to 10% because it's so long to mow grass, right? So what ended up happening was I got this all built up like this, and then I just started scooping this out. Well, it took me a little while to do it. It's not going to take as long as I'm making it out to be, but basically this is all I'm going to be doing for the next probably 45 minutes. It's just sitting here, scooping this in. Oops. Hopefully that all went in there. Damn it. That's what happens. You got to be careful when you dump that stuff in there because sometimes it misses like it just did. So we missed about half of our money right there. But yeah, so basically I'm going to be sitting here doing this for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Now, these silos are only 10 and 11% full. Okay. So basically what's going to end up happening is you can imagine what it's going to be like when those things are completely full. Now, in my free play world or my casual world that I play on, I did just that. I got that thing. I said, I got the big Krone harvester, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this up right. I'm gonna make sure every drop goes into that thing. So what I did is I started making cornfields. Then with the cornfields, what I started to do is I started cutting them with that big Krone and making chaff, which was awesome. But I filled up this whole bin because I was like, I want to fill up one of these silos. I'd never filled up one of these silos before. Come on. See, sometimes this thing glitches, man, and it gets stuck, and it's a pain in the butt. Look at this. Come on. You don't have to have your bucket like it's not like real life, but I mean, you want to because you don't think you're picking it up all the way, but you really don't have to have your bucket all the way down on the ground, so it's kind of misleading. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So I actually had this thing completely filled up, and I kid you not, I went and I bought. Where is it? Because this is a 4,500 bucket, right? I went and I bought one of these wheel loaders with this bucket, which is a capacity of 6,400. And I kid you not, I sat there for I don't know how many hours. I literally like was playing Farming Sim, and all I was doing was um, bucketing or just buckets of this stuff in there, just dumping it, dump, 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 dump. That's all I was doing, and I literally was there for like 6, 7 hours. That's all I did was just scooped out the silo. Now, granted, by the time I got done with the silo, if you actually fill this bad boy up and to the top, and ferment it and compact it and everything. Okay, and then you spend the time to scoop it all out. You get about $1.5 million that you can gross out of doing this. So silage is a great way to make money. It's just very, very time consuming. But you figure if you can fill that thing up and spend the time to clean it out, you're going to get yourselves a windmill. And if you get yourself a windmill for 1.2 million, it starts netting you $2,000 an hour, which ain't that much if you actually just dumped your whole 1.2 million dollars out the window to buy it. But it only had 300,000 left over. Uh, but it's constantly netting you money. So that's what our goal is going to be on this. But I don't want to sit here for hours on end, just sitting here, just bucketing chaff or bucketing the silage over here for you guys. I just kind of wanted to give you a brief rundown of what we're doing. Did that all go in there? Yeah, it did. Okay. So basically, the end goal for us is going to be um, windmill power and silage. So, um, you know, I think you can just ride along with me for right now. I just looked at my recording time. I literally have like 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left of recording time on this video. So, you know what? You can just ride it out. You guys can just sit here and watch me bucket up some of this stuff. You know what we need to do, though? We need to go check that other tractor really fast. We need to go check him really fast to figure out where he's at. So, I mean, like, we're not even, hold on, let's do this. I think we had 11% in this thing. Let's put our help menu on here real quick, see where we're at here. We had 11%, we're at 8, so we're not even halfway done yet. Maybe one more bucket will put us at halfway. So, I mean, we have already got $56,000. We're going to have 56. We're probably close to $70,000. So we're going to get like $140,000 out of this small little thing, which doesn't go a long ways for us, if I'm being honest, but it'll help the cause. I mean, we've got 140,000 here. We're going to have 100 and, well, we're going to have about 140,000 out of both of these. Well, the other one's only about 10% though. Anyways, we'll have about $280,000 out of that. So I mean, it's not that much out of these two silos. So you can see where it's like, you know, but compared to what we made, I mean, we only made like, I think it was like 16,000 or something for all that wheat that we had harvested from that field. So I mean, when you look at it that way, you know, this is a good way to make money in farming sim. I mean, great way to make money. It's just very tedious. But once we have the corn going, it goes a lot faster because then we can like, we can buy a couple different fields, and that's what we should probably focus on, is getting a field planted with some corn, and then that way we can get some free corn out of the deal. So what we could probably do is buy, if we go ahead and we buy, where was it? This one. This will allow us to make the chaff that we need to put into here. If we buy another field, so we could buy another field and we can start using this to make the chaff that we need until we can afford to buy that. So I think this was 38, and I think the field that I was looking at that was close was like 50,000. So we're going to need about $80,000 to do it all. Whoops, pushed the wrong button. Because I'm thinking that we should buy probably field 20 or 18 or 19, one of the two. I think 20 was the $50,000 one that I saw. So we could literally go buy that right now. And if we buy it and throw some corn down on that bad boy, then we could we could start getting away from having to mow. Because I'll tell you, mowing grass really sucks. I hate mowing grass. The only time I enjoy mowing grass is if I'm gonna like make hay bales out of it. Come on. Sometimes I tell you, this thing, look at that. What a disaster. So finicky. There we go. See if that scoops it up. Nope. It's too high. There we go. Perfect. So this is this is a problem that we can kind of face here on this thing is you can see that having to sit there and fight with your bucket getting hung up all the time can be quite the pain in the ass. And the reason that is another reason is that this is only this side this bin is only like 10% full. So the pile is very short. Oh, why did I get so much less in there? Did the price go down while we were doing this? Let's look. No? I must not have had a full bucket or something. Oh, that was strange. I still got some in my bucket? No? Huh. That was so strange. Why we only got 6,000 something for it. Oh well. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is I'm going to finish off this episode here in a second because like I said, we only had about 7 minutes to kill here, so you just had to ride along with me on this boring little adventure. So what I'm going to end up doing, let's go before I end this episode. Let's go see if we can check this other tractor, see how he's doing. He's only got 10% seed left. Good thing we came and looked. So let's go ahead and shut him down for right now. Wow, he doesn't plan a lot here. So this little thing here. Let me look at something here real quick. Let's look at the sewing machine. I think I bought this one. That one's at 15. We'll get a little bit back on that. Let's do this really quick. Since we only got 10% of the seed in there, I'm going to make our lives a lot easier. Watch this. Hopefully this will work on these tractors. The only thing I'm worried about is not having enough power to work. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can't do that. The reason we can't do that is because we can't buy corn, or we can only do corn with this one. No. This one? This one. Yeah. So we need that one to be able to do corn, but this one to upgrade for our other crops, we can't do corn. So never mind. Good thing I thought about that before I got all the way down there and sold that thing. I knew there was a reason that I held on to it on my other farm, but so yeah, we need to hold on to this for right now and continue using this one. Just due to the fact that we can't plant corn with it, and I'd like to plant corn in that other field. So canola, let's go ahead and fill that bad boy up. All right. How much does that take? About $325. So it's going to cost us quite a bit of money to do this field, right? Because I mean, we only had what 10% left in there, and how many passes do you think it made? It's not even halfway. A third of the way, maybe quarter of the way, maybe a quarter of the way, huh? I don't know, maybe a third, maybe a third. Okay, we're gonna line him back up. We're not gonna start him right now because I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. Because I'm at that mark. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out with part of the audience over there. And if you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I think I'm going to go finish off that chaff for us. Hopefully by then the other one will be or the silage. Hopefully the other bin will be done. And I'm gonna spend some time off camera, and I'm gonna scoop all that silage and dump it in, and get us some money. And while I do that, I'm gonna let Homer here get this field planted for us, and then hopefully when we come back, we'll have maybe a couple 100,000, maybe 300,000 that we can actually utilize to do something with. And like I said, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna buy this harvester. Um, so we can start doing corn. We'll possibly buy a field. I mean, we can buy the field and the harvester right now, honestly. Um, but I'm not going to buy it right now in case I get another brain thought while I'm sitting here doing some stuff. So, but until then, we'll see your faces later.